Lake Erie beaches. Are they good for rock hounding? You're gonna find out. At least you're gonna get my take on that, because some are good, some of them are not so good. So let's start out in Conneaut, Ohio. Conneaut, Ohio. This is Lake Erie, and this is the township park. Massive park, massive beach, lots of sand, lots of rocks. We'll go down and take a look at the rocks on the beach. You know, you've got your urbanite. There's always some of that. More urbanite. It's kind of a nice little piece of, I would say, quartzite. So that's nice. If you've got Prairie Rock syndrome, like I do, this is one that I wouldn't mind taking home, but I'm not going to, because I've got several beaches to go to. But yeah, this is kind of nice. But this gives you an idea. You get a lot of sandstone, a lot of siltstone, not a lot of fossils. I don't see fossils, a little bit of beach glass, quartzite. But if you want slag, there is slag here, and pretty interesting stuff. I kind of like that. This little piece of sandstone with some pattern to it. And those two pieces of blue slag are kind of cool. And here's another one. So yeah, three pieces. I would think somebody could make jewelry out of that if they wanted to. A lot of green siltstone here, and that red in there kind of makes me think of garnets. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it makes me think of that. I've been here quite a long time. That's the first bit of fossil I've seen. Little crinoids, little pieces. Kind of a pretty rock. Get it washed off a little bit. Yeah. So the slag and the granitoid might be worth coming here for. A little bit of quartzite. There's a nice piece of quartz. Milky quartz. I'll save that for the picture, but it's not going home with me. And a lot of this kind of stuff that looks fossilicious, but it isn't. Now, if you like banded stuff, that's kind of cool. It might be chert. And that's a pretty piece of sandstone for sure. I like the bands. A lot of feldspar in that. So here's the beach, here's where it ends. And it is massive, as you can see. Here's a couple of rocks I picked up. I think they're pretty cool. Yeah, that one's nice. And this one's interesting. Cool designs. It's just amazing how all those minerals and everything come together and make these awesome designs. And of course, we pick them up because we love them. Now there are a lot of bigger rocks out there. I mean, you can't really see them because everything's so churned up. But there are bigger ones. So on a calm day, if you want to bring your boots or your swimsuit and just get in the water, there's a lot of rocks out there.
Next, we're going to Ashtabula, Ohio. And I'm going to have a lot to say about Ashtabula later on, and also Conneaut. So stay tuned for the end and you'll get a full review on what my take is on these beaches and these facilities.
Ashtabula, Lakeshore Park. Not a very popular place except for the geese. You can't bring your dog here either. Maybe if you could bring a few dogs in here, it would eliminate these geese. It's the most geese I've ever seen on a public beach. How disgusting. Really watch your step. Mostly sand, a few little rocks, not much to speak of. Lots of geese and lots of goose poop.
All right, next on the agenda was Walnut Beach. Now, I had been to Walnut Beach before and had a really nice time, my wife and I did this video back in February. So there was a big change between February and July 4th weekend. So it was also a really big step up from where we just came from.
All right, this is 4th of July weekend. Walnut Beach. A little more, a few more people here than in February. That's kind of nice. Some mica in there and feldspar. Granitoids. A little bit of cladophora there on that piece. Some more granite. That's a nice little piece. And I love these little pieces of milky quartz. And I definitely think that it's better to come in February. Everything is getting scoured like crazy. It's kind of an interesting piece of granitoid. So I like that. I like the lines in it. Almost made me think it was an agate, but don't generally find agates in Lake Erie. Take a look at that one right there. There's a lot of this kind of stuff here, and also other beaches in the area as well, so that's not surprising. A lot of slate, shale, mudstone, that kind of thing, which in a way it has its own little bit of beauty. I saw that little bit of shape and I thought, wow, that almost looks like an artifact. It isn't, but it almost looked like it had been worked. There's a lot going on here. What a beautiful day to be on Lake Erie, voted the best lake in the country. It's always kind of fun. It's always kind of fun when you find a little piece like this. We've got some basalt with a little bit of that maybe feldspar or something. Anyway, pretty cool. The wind and the waves, man, this is just the place to be. 4th of July weekend. Couple nice little pieces. Don't you love it when rocks just kind of play around, create all kinds of interesting things for us? Oh yeah, we like it. Hard to turn that down. A little bit of yellow in there. Sandstone. We're a proud little piece of sandstone. Really cool. Nice. Sitting here getting the rocks out of my shoes, and I spot this little guy here and this one. Kind of interesting pieces. I love it when you've got the layers going one direction and then all of a sudden they go another direction, like this guy here. And so you know that, all right, there's been a little bit of disturbance going on. We don't know what it was, but some little bit of disturbance. And some rocks, when you get them wet, they look great. And other rocks, when you get them wet, the reason why you picked them up disappears. Like this one. I'm going to save it, but only because it was cool when it was dry.
So we went to 4 beaches, 2 of which were new to us, 2 of which we'd been to before, but back in February. And it was a perfect day. And people were out by the thousands. It was nice. It was great to see so many people having so much fun on the beach. The best beach, Conneaut, Ohio. I mean, there are some others that are kind of in that category too, but they've got the facilities. They've got a massive beach. They've got a snack bar. They've got flush toilets. They had places where you could rinse off your feet, in addition to having an amazing beach that just stretched on and on. I understood from some people I talked to there that are in the know, that is the best place to find blue beach glass. There were lots of people there looking, and everybody that I talked to said, yeah, we're looking for beach glass. Lots of parking, lots of shade. They had rocks. There was plenty there to keep a rockhound like me entertained. If you have a little dog like what we do, okay, it's time to move on. Moving from the best to the worst. The worst, I hate to say it, Ashtabula. Ashtabula was disgusting. Now, they did have lifeguards. They had a fenced-in playground for the kids. That was kind of nice. But the geese ruin everything. No rocks anyway, but enough said. Now, I'd already done a review of a couple other beaches. Walnut, fantastic. Interesting rocks, nice beach, great facilities. Walnut is a place that we'll go back to. Also, I would say that Geneva State Park, I mean, it's just a winner. And so the best place for us, actually, was Geneva State Park. There's a couple of beaches there. Geneva State Park, and also down by Wheeler Creek. I think that's the name of it, Wheeler Creek. A couple of really nice places to look for rocks. That's where we'll end up going. probably the most, because we could at least have our little dog there and he just sits on our laps while we read, and so he doesn't bother anybody. He's hardly even a dog. I mean, he's so little. At least they let you have your dog in the park, not on the beach. They don't allow pets on the beach though. Pontiac, number 1. Walnut, Geneva, a close second. Ashtabula, 2 thumbs down. Sorry to say it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.